Hello there and welcome back to another Green Car Back Star Wars action figure review. Today we're taking a look at Star Wars Vintage Collection VC-174, which is Chirrut Îmwe from Rogue One. A blind martial artist, Chirrut Îmwe was one of the many highlights of Gareth Edwards' film. Was he Force sensitive? We don't know. Either way, his devotion brings a mystical element to the film that's otherwise lacking. The card back is decent. It's your standard Vintage Collection fare with a really nice still of Chirrut in action. And as you can see, he comes packed with his staff and his light bow. Chirrut's look is quite simple, and the figure reflects the character as he appeared on screen. I'm not the biggest fan of soft goods. I think that at this scale they should be used sparingly, but this figure is a great example of how they can be used. You've got two layered pieces of cloth, each about the same thickness as the soft goods used on the Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker, and the layering works to give the robes a really satisfying weight. As you can see, Hasbro's used soft plastic to sculpt Îmwe's upper body robes, and for me, this mixed approach really works. You might notice that there's no weathering on the figure, but given the soft goods, the photoreal face, and the number of paint apps on the accessories, you can see where the budget went, and I'm not complaining. I'd much rather have a clean version of a character before we get anything too scene specific, especially with Vintage Collection releases being thin on the ground right now. Here is the Vintage Collection Chirrut Îmwe next to a 5POA release from The Last Jedi line. Looking at the likenesses, you can see that it's really night and day between the two releases, and very much in the Vintage Collection's favour. And just in case anyone wanted to see the 5POA figure's head on the Vintage Collection figure's body, here you go. I don't know who would want to see that or even why I did it. For articulation, Chirrut Îmwe has a ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows with a bend of over 90 degrees, that's really nice. Swivel hinge wrists, there's not a huge amount of give on the hinge, but the swivel works fine. Swivel waist, ball hinge thighs, a thigh cut, ball hinge knees, and ball hinge ankles with ankle rockers. It's great to see a character as physically active as Chirrut Îmwe get this level of articulation. Chirrut's staff is different from the one released with the 5POA figure, but the Vintage Collection version is a little bit thicker and it's more detailed. And of course it's got much better paint apps. Îmwe's light bow looks good. The blend of gold, silver and brown paint apps on a single accessory like this gives it a premium feel. However, it is a bit cumbersome in hand. You can more or less get a two-handed weapon grip going on, but it doesn't look particularly dignified. Finally, here's a look at how Chirrut Îmwe lines up with the rest of the Vintage Collection Rogue One squad. The Mandalorian is quite rightfully taking a lot of people's attention right now, but I would love to see the Rogue One crew completed to the Vintage Collection's current high standard. The Vintage Collection Chirrut Îmwe is a really solid action figure. It's a strong release by Hasbro. It is by some distance the best human Rogue One character that we've seen at this scale yet, even if it's not 100% there in terms of lightness. It is really great to see Hasbro getting back to making stonking, super articulated 375-inch figures like this, and they're doing a fantastic job. These are just good toys and that's what we're here for. If you have any questions about the figure, or if you have it yourself and would like to share your thoughts, then leave a comment down below and let's get into it. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because there'll be more Vintage Collection reviews coming up soon. Remember to check out greencarback.com for more Star Wars content, and I will see you next time.